then they're helping more people. So like metaphorical and also literally we're helping in a chain, like so many people, not just by helping ourselves, but actually physically getting people to join. And you're muted, Carolyn.
Sorry, my dog was barking. Did you guys actually have candles and like light candles too?
They bought the little tea lights that you turn on and off, and we all had them. And then we got to take ours home. And then they had yoga after, but I went right from work, so I didn't get to do the yoga. But they did like candlelight yoga, which was awesome.
Oh, cool. That's awesome.
So I thought I like absolutely loved it. And then we had a trainer from corporate do like a little thing that was super, that's like when I almost started crying multiple times. But yeah, it was just to be surrounded by, because like we talk to each other all the time, like our group chats are going constantly, but to be actually surrounded physically by women that are doing this too was just so moving, because they said this too, building an online business from your home can be isolating sometimes, because you're like sitting there with your computer by yourself, and like to be in a room tangibly with women who are doing this and successful. Like there were people there that were elite, like people on the council that were elite doing this like in person right there talking to me. Like that was just like, you guys are all real too, but like it was different.
Yeah, like nothing beats the energy of a live event, you know, and that's why it's super important to get to those and to get to Summit and to get to Super Saturdays and anything that's in the area. I know sometimes they even have like pop-up trainings. I know Pittsburgh does a lot of those that like aren't necessarily a Super Saturday, but they're a corporate training. I know Philly does those sometimes. So just really being like tuned in on what's going on in your area for Beachbody is great, because you get to, you know, you can meet a success partner there. You can meet a friend. I mean, I know people that I met at my first Super Saturday and I still talk to them. So it's great that you went, and I'm really happy that we got you there, and I'm happy you had a great experience there, and thanks for sharing. Do you want to share too, Kelsey? Before we get started? Let me unmute you. Okay, you're good. Oh, no, you muted yourself again. Nope. Stop unmuting. I'm trying to unmute you. Go.
Sorry, it's loud in my house. I'm not sure.
You're good.
Oh, I just think his takeaway was, and they kept bringing this up over and over, was like, focus on yourself. And if you really want to be a good leader, like you have to lead by example and do the things that you want your whole team to do. And personal development is just like the most important aspect of your business, which I kind of knew, but it just like hammered it into me, because they gave so many stories and examples that was just so real.
What about that workout?
Oh my gosh, that was intense.
I cry every time he opens his mouth, that guy.
Yeah, and he was walking through us, and I was so scared that he was kind of like put his hand on the back of my leg, and I was just, But it didn't
I don't
happen.
cry out of fear. I just cry out of like pure emotion and just like.
Yeah, that too.
Well, I'm happy you went. I heard you drove quite a way to get there.
Yeah,
he's a trooper.
It was about an hour and a half drive.
Yeah. Well, awesome.
Totally, yeah, it was definitely worth it.
Did anybody else make it to one that I missed on here? No? All right. Well, besides people that like normally go, I mean like your first one. Okay, I don't know why I just muted myself before I started talking. Anyway, all right, so welcome to our call. We've got quite a few people on here tonight who are brand new, and some who are here all the time every week, which is great to show consistency. You know, those of you who are showing up, it's no wonder your businesses are doing well. And those of you who are watching the recording, same thing, no wonder you're doing well with your business. So tonight we have a special call planned for you, and we're going to be talking about Diamond, because we have figured out that a lot of people say they want to be Diamond, or they think they should be Diamond. They have this goal in their head of being Diamond, but until you actually understand what Diamond is and why you should want to be Diamond and what it actually takes to get there, it's harder for you to actually wrap your head around it until you completely understand it. So it's not just like, oh, I want to be Diamond because that's the next step. there's a lot more to it than just, okay, that's what I do next kind of thing. So we're going to be talking about that. We're going to break it down for you. I know for a lot of you, this may be repeat. This may be, something you already know, but it's something that whether you already know it, this is something that you can take and implement with your coaches and teach to your coaches. So it's great that you're on here. If you're already diamond, or if you're like, you already think you know why you should be diamond, I still really believe that you're going to get something out of this call, whether it's for you or for your team. And those of you who are brand new, you're going to learn about the 2 different levels that you can reach in your business for, as you're just getting started and then beyond. So everyone on this call has something that they can take away from it. And then after we kind of explain all of the, the boring why and what it is kind of stuff that I'm going to talk about, I'm going to have some of the diamonds on our call who are willing to share something like their biggest tip that helped them achieve diamond, and something that they would share with coaches who are pushing for diamond to help them get there. So does that sound like a good order of things? All right. Okay. So I did make a couple slides because if I don't have slides, I just talk for 50 years. Oh shoot, I gave away the funny part. Damn it. I wanted you guys to be surprised, but whatever. So we're going to be talking about getting to diamond and like the what, the how, the why. You have to do it if you want to be successful. I mean, you don't have to get there if you don't want to, but I'm pretty sure you're going to want to after this call. So you guys can see this, right? I'm not just like pretending. Okay. It's kind of small because what I've realized, anytime I go full screen, I can't see any of you, and I don't like talking to myself. That's kind of weird. So we're going to have to deal with this size for now. But as long as you can see it, we're good. So if you look in the middle of this diagram, I tried to kind of take one that looks a little bit more familiar to those of you who have gone in your back office and kind of see that structure where you see like little people. And this is you in the middle. This is you as a diamond coach. This isn't you now. Maybe it is for some of you, but this is you. And as a diamond coach, it's like when you're pushing for diamond or you're pushing for any goal for that matter, whether it's diamond or 2-star or 5-star or even emerald, it's really important to understand what it looks like physically so that you can understand where to place people. Because having 2 emeralds and 12 coaches in a different order than this wouldn't make you diamond. It needs to be in this very specific structure in order for you to be a diamond. So the very first thing you notice is you have 2 PS coaches, and PS means personally sponsored for those of you who are brand new. And those are coaches your 2 PS coaches that are emerald. You have one on each side, one on your left leg, one on your right leg. And the only thing you really have to know about legs is that you have 2 of them. One's a left leg, one's a right leg. One is typically stronger than the other, and you want to reach out to your coach to figure out which one is your strong and your weak leg. But you do need to have 1 emerald per leg to be a bare minimum diamond. It's great to have more than 1. It's awesome to have 2 or 3 on each leg for stability, but bare minimum diamond, you need 1 on each side. So you've got your right leg here and you've got your left leg here. And these coaches here, these are not your coaches. These are this person's coaches. So these are they're still in your organization. They're still on your team, but they're not PS coaches. They're just coaches of your coach, if that makes sense. So in addition to these emeralds that you have, 1 on your left, 1 on your right, you also need 3 other personally sponsored coaches per leg. So if you have like 2 coaches on your right leg and you've got, say you have 10 on your left leg and you have the 2 emeralds and everything, you're still not going to be a diamond because you need to have 4 personally sponsored at least per leg to count as a diamond coach. So that's why it's important to know this, because as you're building, you may want to stack a certain leg to accrue more volume, but you also have to remember doing that is going to either get you to diamond or not, because that leg that you're stacking might not be the leg that you need that coach to get you to diamond. Does that make sense? Yeah, kind of. Okay. So this is bare minimum, bare bones, what it looks like. You have 2 emeralds and 12 coaches total. 8 of those are yours. 4 of those are not yours. Okay, we're good. Can I move on? This is like super simple. I'm not trying to complicate anything tonight. I'm gonna try to do that. Okay, so you can be the sad pug as an emerald, or you can be a diamond. And I put the little dog here because he's cute, and I figure to keep your attention. But he's sad because he's not earning as much money as the diamonds, and he's not making as much. His business is not growing as much. He's not reaching the highest potential that he can be because he's just stuck at emerald, and he's really sad about it. So as an emerald coach, that means you have 2 coaches. If I go back to here, you see this group of 3 people. This is an emerald. So this coach is green for being an emerald, and he has 1 coach per leg. But as an emerald, you make $14 in your team cycle bonus. So those of you who don't know what team cycle bonus is, it's basically another way that you earn income besides just commissions. So as an emerald, you're going to, let me make sure, am I recording? I hope I am. Hold on a second. Okay, yeah, I am, because I didn't see it, and I was like, shit, I'm not recording this. Okay, just kidding. As an emerald, you are able to take advantage of team cycle. As a regular coach, you're not. So every month you're going to be, or every week, actually, you're going to see volume in your account, and if you're not an emerald, it goes away and disappears, and you're just saying like, peace out, money, I don't need you. But as an emerald, you get to collect it, and you get to hold on to that, and eventually what that will turn into, those like points, those volume points will turn into dollar amounts. And every time you have 200 volume points on one leg and 100 on your other leg, you earn 1 cycle. And each cycle as an emerald is $14. So as an emerald, you can cycle up to $250 a week. So let's say you have more than $250 in cycles, you're only making $250. You're going to get capped off there at your team cycle. So even if you cycled like 30 some odd times and it's more than 250, you're only going to get 250, and the rest is going to go into next week. So you're limiting yourself in your cycle bonuses by just staying at emerald, whereas diamond, that increases to $1,000 a week in your team cycle. It caps it off there. Now that's not a guaranteed $1,000 every week in your team cycle, but that means you can earn up to that amount. And each time you achieve another star diamond, it increases by another 1,000. So you're also, as an emerald, you're not making that matching bonus. So as a diamond, you earn something that is called a matching bonus. And what that means is every time you have a coach on your team who cycles, you earn 10% of that. So let's say you have one of your emerald coaches cycle 1 time, they make $14, you make $1.40. $1.40 doesn't sound like a lot, but when you have a lot of coaches who are cycling, it adds up very quickly, especially when you have coaches who are cycling $300, $200, $400 a week. That's an extra $30, $20, $40 in your pocket every week based on like whatever they cycle. So you only get to take advantage of that as a diamond, not an emerald. So if you're an emerald and you've got your coaches beneath you who are cycling like crazy, you're not seeing any of that as an emerald, but you will as a diamond. So moving over to the diamond side, clearly it's much better and there's lots more perks to the diamond. The cycle bonus increases from $14 to $18. So if you are an emerald coach right now and you have your cycle bonus, I really encourage you to look at your cycle bonus and then recalculate it if you were a diamond. So let's say, okay, I cycled 6 times this week as an emerald. Take that and multiply 18 by 6 and see how much more money you would be making as a diamond. It's sometimes you'd be surprised how much more it is. And if you're just hopping on now, if you know, or I'm gonna have to search unless somebody wants to be on there. All right, wait, I think I found her. It's not letting me mute the person though. Mute. Won't let me. Oh no. Oh, she disappeared. Okay. Alrighty then. Well, I really encourage you actually Wednesday night. Everyone should do this Wednesday night. I'm going to make a post on the team page because this is going to be really cool to see. Wednesday night, I want to see everybody's left leg volume and right leg volume in a comment. And what we're going to do is figure out what your cycle bonus is going to be as an emerald and what your cycle bonus is going to be as a diamond. So you can see the difference right in front of your eyes, okay? Also, what's really neat to do for yourself, unless you want to share it too, this might be great, go and look at your carryover volume and see all the volume that's just sitting there waiting for you to cash out on it because you're not stacking your weak leg and like my mom, for example, has 10 grand sitting underneath of her that she's not getting because she ain't doing anything. So looking at that, looking at like the volume that you have can really show you the potential the potential earning you can have if you advance. There's also points in this business where like I said, you're going to reach that cap. Like you could be an emerald for as long as you want to be, but you're only going to make $250 every single cycle bonus, even if you should be earning more. So you should always want to be advancing your business because you're going to get to that point where you're going to hit a wall as far as your earning potential goes and you're going to be limited. And you don't want to put a cap on your own business. You want to continue to grow, and moving up to diamond is going to get you there. So that, like I said, the matching bonus, you get 10% of each of your coaches' bonuses, which does add up, believe it or not. Let's say you have 10 coaches who cycle that week, you're getting 10% of whatever they get. So it does add up. Your team cycle bonus cap is now 1,000 instead of 250, which is awesome. Also, hitting diamond is going to help your team level up. So understand that everything that you do in your business is not only just for you, but it's also for the team, and it's also for like the whole group of that we have here. So you succeeding is helping your team succeed. It's not just helping you succeed. So let's say you hit diamond, you can help your coach level up to elite or premier. You're going to add another star to your sponsor coach's rank, which affects your team rank, which affects your team's placement in the whole leaderboard, which affects all of those things. So that's where, you want to be a part of that bigger goal and that team effort. You moving your business forward moves our team forward as well. So that's super important to understand. Also, when you're a diamond, you don't just get a crappy rubber band bracelet, you get a nice diamond t-shirt from Beachbody. So that's exciting. I still have mine. And I don't know what they look like anymore because they might have changed from when I got mine like years ago, but they're very nice. You also get invited to your diamond retreat from your sponsor coach or whoever is your Star Diamond upline. We have diamond retreats and they're fun as fun. They're really fun. You want to be there. Seriously, our diamond retreat this year was probably the best time I've ever had with all of our coaches. Just like a small group of us, we got together. I took everyone down to Florida. We went to Hutchinson Island. We hung out in this beautiful house that I could only dream to afford someday, and just had an amazing time bonding with each other, working on our businesses, but also having time to just relax and enjoy each other's company. So you'll be able to be invited to your diamond retreat if you're a diamond coach, whether it's my diamond retreat or your sponsor coach's diamond retreat. There are, I know that Emmy and Lauren are having a retreat for you guys in Austin. I have not decided where ours will be yet, but there will be plenty. And I know that Christy is planning one as well for her team. So plenty of opportunities to travel and go on trips as a diamond coach. And it's definitely not something you want to miss out on. You also get to help on our diamond calls. So we have diamond calls before these calls where we do more in-depth training. We actually, talk about some things we want to do for the team and chit chat about different ideas that we can implement. So you're going to have an extra level of leadership where you're going to have more input as to like what our team does and like, oh, this would be a great idea if our team did a group like this, or, oh, I think that this would be really helpful. You're going to have that kind of like being on an advisory board or something. You're going to get to be a part of that as a diamond coach. We also have a super secret diamond page, which is awesome as well. But we just talk about the same stuff we talk about on our diamond call in there. And as a diamond coach, you get access to a corporate mentor. So a corporate mentor is going to reach out to you. Beachbody has diamond pages for your local area as well, and you can hop on a call with a corporate mentor. They also do those trainings so that they can continue to help you advance. So they're going to continue to help you hit 1-star, get you to 2-star, help you get to Premier and Elite. Like you can hop on a Zoom call like this with somebody at the corporate office, and they're going to talk to you about your goals and what it is that you want to do with your business and really zero in on the action steps that you can do to get there, which is really awesome. Depending on where you live, that will determine who you get to talk to, but all of them are amazing. I've spoken to many of them. So wherever you live, you have someone there who's willing to help you. And you also position yourself as a leader. You're legit, like people are going to see it on your page that you're going to be recognized for being a diamond. And it also kind of gives you this like sense of confidence that you never had. Like once you get there, you're like, yeah, I did this. Like I made this, and you're a leader of a team now, and you've got these people that you're helping. And I have to say, don't let that scare you from pushing to diamond. Don't let that fear of, oh shit, now I got to lead these people make you not work hard to get there, because you do have to remember you still have the team. You still have all of us here. It's not like you're working on your own and you're trying to figure it out as you go along. It's not like we say, okay, cool, you're a diamond, and we kick you out or anything. Like you're still a part of our team, and don't ever let the fear of becoming a leader or having to do more or step up make you kind of hold yourself back. Because you're doing yourself a disservice from that. And you've got a lot of resources and amazing coaches on this team that can help you no matter what level you're at. I'm still learning from my diamonds, and they're teaching me stuff, and I'm still teaching them things, and we're all learning from each other. So it's never like you never kind of get to that end point where you're done learning. And Melanie actually talked about that on the National Wake Up Call today, if you missed that. So people are going to notice you. Like you're going to be a diamond. People are going to see that. You're going to feel legit. You're going to post more confidently. You're going to put yourself out there. It's just like, I can't explain it until you get there kind of thing, but you're going to feel it. And your business is going to move forward and continue to grow, because you're going to have that energy behind your post. You're going to have that confidence. You're like, not that you shouldn't have it now, because you're all amazing and you should, but something about getting there. Like I've seen coaches hit diamond and then they're like, wow, I'm freaking legit. Like, let's do this. So just getting there is the biggest step. And then also once you hit Star Diamond, you also get what are called coach leads. So instead of just a random customer that signs up and you get commission, you can open up your back office one day and say, hey, I don't recognize that name. Wonder where they came from. And it's just somebody who went on the website and was like, I want to be a coach. And they sign up as a coach, and you get free coaches. And I have gotten a few of these. So definitely something to look forward to once you hit diamond, continuing to build so that you can also take advantage of those, and plenty of other things that come along with 2-star and 5-star and all of that. But this is the bread and butter. Like this is right now, if you're brand new or you've been around for a couple of months, or maybe you've been around for a really long time that you haven't quite gotten to this point yet, make this year, 2018, the year that you get there and continue to move forward. Like we have a fresh slate, clean slate, new year. What amazing things are you going to do this year? Like we've got so many amazing coaches on our team. We've got coaches who are signing up coaches. I see some brand new people helping like 10 people in their first couple of months. Like that's amazing. So take that momentum that you have, take that new year, that excitement. Those of you that have gone to Super Saturday, those of you that maybe couldn't make it, but you heard about everyone else's experiences with it, take that energy and put it into your business, and you'll be surprised at how much you can actually do when you set a goal and work towards doing it every single day, doing something every day that's going to get you there. And now that you know what it looks like, right? You know what it looks like. You know why you should do it. Now you just have to go do it and do something every day that gets you closer to it. All right? Okay, I'm done. So hopefully that made sense. Does anyone have any questions about anything before we move forward with more? Molly?
You said that, like, because right now I've been stacking my weak leg to try and build volume. When I get to the point where I'm becoming diamond, can I switch them around, or are they forever on the leg that they're on?
No, once you place a coach, you only have 5 days to move them. So where you place them is where they stay. So definitely take a look at your downline. And what I would suggest, I can actually post this image in the team page. You can print it out and fill out what you have. And then you can kind of, put where you're going to sign up your next coach and where you're going to sign up your next coach. And you can fill it in as you go along. So it'll help you know where to put people, because you definitely need 4 on each side. And that's why it's important to check your downline every week, because it could change week to week. Coaches might be inactive and things like that. So you need to make sure you're looking, because you always need 4 and 4. But once you get that, of course you can, like if I showed you my business, my left leg has like 6 coaches and my right leg has all the rest because I have my 4. So I'm good. But yeah, you need 4. You can't move them after 5 days. Any other ones? I think that was the first time I ever explained something and it was concise and made sense and it wasn't too detailed. I mean, last year was #simplify, but I think I'm doing that this year. We good? All right. Well, we might have more questions as we hear from more coaches on our team who have achieved diamond. They're going to talk to you about what it takes and what are some things that you can implement in your business and some mindset practices that you could be doing to help you get there, whether you just started 2 hours ago or you've been around for a year. It doesn't matter. So who would like to go first? Just unmute yourself, I guess.
I can if my dogs stop playing with their bones.
Okay.
Penny. So I'm going to talk a little bit about kind of transitioning from being just like a working coach and building your Rockstar Challenge groups. And it's really important to build, and Melanie actually touched this on the Wake Up Call this morning too. So if you're not watching the National Wake Up Call, you need to watch them. And today it was live on Zoom, which is amazing. So you can actually watch and see faces instead of sitting on your phone and listening to it like an old school phone call. Anyway, it's to build raving customers and to build your Rockstar Challenge groups, because your challengers are going to eventually turn into your coaches. I started out as a challenger. Carolyn started out as a challenger. Every single one of my coaches that's probably on this call, everybody started out as a challenger, because you need to have somebody fall in love with the products, get their results first, not prominent results, but just get them into something and have them believe in the products, believe in the company, believe in everything that we do. Because for me, I noticed that I didn't have success signing people up right out of the gate as a coach because they didn't know anything that we were doing. So I like to sign up people as customers first, but the next part is transitioning them from customers to coaches. You want to constantly be talking to your challengers and to your customers about the coaching opportunity. It's not for everyone, and don't be offended if they tell you no. And if it's not for them and they don't want to do the coaching thing and whatever, there's still the option of having the discount. And for me, I mean, my 2-year anniversary is coming up next month. And when I went diamond because I built my business talking to my challengers about the discount and about the products. And that's not the best way to build a business, but it gets you started. It wasn't a solid diamond for a long time. It was rocky because I didn't have any working coaches, but at the same time, it got me to where I wanted to be. And at that point, you just have to keep going. You need to keep adding to your team. Emmy's going to touch on this, so I'm not going to dive into this topic completely. But it took me, I hit diamond in April, and it wasn't until October or November where I started finding my tribe, and I was consistently posting, and I was consistently just talking to my avatar. If you haven't done the avatar training and you have no idea what the hell I'm talking about, you need to know, and you need to find out who your avatar is. And once you find your tribe and you find the people that are going to be working for your business, and you're going, and they want the same things and they want to build their business. Not everybody wants to leave their full-time job, and that's okay. This isn't for everyone in that sense. But at the same time, there's a lot of people out there that hate their job. And so don't ever discredit your challengers by not giving them the opportunity that you have literally in your hands for them. And somebody can also sign up as a discount coach, me, and 5 days later change their mind, or Carolyn 7 months later changed her mind. Like, it's okay to talk about the discount. It's okay to present things that way to people. And I went from Emerald to Diamond in, I think, 5 weeks, because I was consistently building my challenge groups, and then consistently, which at that time we didn't have Beachbody On Demand. So we were still buying just your regular challenge packs. So when they would go to get their next bag of Shaco, I was like on the dot, had an email to send out to my coaches or my customers and messages to send to them. I would track, like, every single time I signed up someone, I wrote down in my planner when their next Shakeology would ship, and I would message them like a week before saying, hey, your Shaco is going to ship next week. And I'd talk to them about the coaching opportunity. If they said no, I would pitch the discount, be like, listen, I can get, because you already signed up with a challenge pack, you don't have to pay, you pay the $40 and you get reimbursed. You're going to save X amount of dollars, because I've noticed that it's different for every state that you live in, but you're going to save money just by being a coach. And a lot of people hear the word coach and they kind of freak out. I'm like, you don't have to do what I do. If you want to do it, I will more than willingly teach you and help you. But there's no sense to pay full price for something when you don't have to. Like, that's my favorite saying that I say to everyone. And I always talk about how my husband, which now I kind of can't because I built him to Diamond, but like, my husband's been a discount coach for 2 years now almost. And my sister's a discount coach. And there's a lot of people that are discount coaches just because it is kind of stupid to pay full price for something when you don't have to, when you can save. I know in PA, we save like $16 or $17 a month just by being a coach. And I know Ohio is a little bit different, so I don't know where you are or what your savings are, but it's definitely really important to talk to your customers, especially if your challengers are rockstar challengers. Like, they're already doing what we do. Like, why not get paid for it? So talk to everyone. Don't let people go through 5, 6, 7, 8 challenge groups and they're still customers, because you're definitely not giving them the same opportunities that you were given and wasting their money, because they could be helping you. And then what I love to do is my discount coaches, I plug into my team page. I don't plug into the Sweat Your Heart Out team page yet, because they still see what's happening in my team page and they see the community that I have built within our team page and they see what's going on within our team page. But hold on. But when they get a little confused and a little overwhelmed if I add them to the Sweat Your Heart Out team page too, because they're like, all this new stuff is happening, but they start seeing that it's actually a thing and that we're real people. Like, yeah, we see each other every day on Facebook and on Zoom and whatnot, but like, this is real. And some people become coaches after being a discount coach because they see that it's an actual job and it's a real thing. And I've actually had, and what Carolyn just said, I've had a lot of people message me telling me to reach out to someone, and they're basically giving me a referral when that could be money in their pocket. Like, they could be making commission off of the friends that they're sending to me. And in turn, that will help your business in the long run. Like, it's not selfish is that the word I'm looking for you? Like, I would never want to take one of my coach's customers just because they don't work the business. Like, they could, once they see a paycheck and they're like, oh, I got paid for that. Like, it becomes something and it becomes real. So definitely always talk to your challengers, talk about the discount, talk about the opportunity. That's how I built my business to Diamond. That's how I built my husband's business to Diamond, because that's how I got to 1 star for our team. And that's pretty much all I'm going to say, because I'll dive into other topics if I keep talking.
All right, go ahead, Emmy. Can you guys hear me? Okay, I'm not sure because I just put my headphones on. Sound like I'm in a tunnel.
Okay. You guys have to let me know if I freeze up, because I have hardly heard any of this call because my internet keeps kicking me off the call and stuff and freezing. So can you hear me for right now?
Yep.
Okay. I can't see, like, all of you guys are frozen. It's very weird. I'm just going to stare at something and pretend it's moving. Okay, so I'm going to talk about the number one thing that I think helped me get to Diamond and also to Star Diamond, which is just having a real focus on signing an abundance of coaches. And I know this probably sounds like common sense, but I think the number one thing that held me back at first, I've seen hold other people back, is kind of being stuck in a cycle where you are signing somebody, or maybe you even sign a handful of coaches and you feel really awesome, as you should, but then the next week or the next month they go active, because that happens. And if you could see my downline, or I'm sure Carolyn's or Christy's or Lauren's or any of our downlines, probably half of our people are inactive at any given time. And that's just how this business works. So what I see is a lot of people sign a couple coaches and then take their foot off the gas because they feel like they've done their work, and then people go inactive and you're kind of back at square one. So it's like you took 2 steps ahead, but then you kind of took 2 steps backwards. So my approach when I was, are y'all still hearing me? Everybody's frozen. It's so, I can't tell. Can you guys still hear me?
Yeah, you're good.
Oh, this is so weird. This sucks. Okay. So the approach that I took when I was building to Diamond, which I think took me like 4 months or so from the time I signed up to hit Diamond, what I was doing back then and what I still try to do is just sign a crap ton of coaches. And I know that might sound like easier said than done, but the reason why I did this was because I knew, probably because my first 3 coaches all canceled within, I know my first ever coach canceled like an hour after she signed up. And I remember like crying to Carolyn about it, but I learned from that really quickly that people are always going to sign up and then go inactive. They're going to cancel. You're going to think they're going to be awesome, and then they quit. It happens all the time. So I just always plan for that and overcompensate, meaning I sign more coaches than I need. I've never tried to sign the bare minimum. And out of my Success Club points every month, and especially in the beginning, almost all of those were coaches, whether, like Christy said, they were discount coaches. Some of them were actually working the business and building. But I pretty much didn't sign any challengers in the beginning to get to Diamond. Every single person I signed was at least a discount coach. So, okay, sorry, I was just reading the chat. So yeah, like I said, my first 3 all quit. So I know I see a lot of people getting somebody and then they have one person quit and they really take it to heart, or we look in your downline together and see that like half of your team is inactive and people take it really personally, and you really can't do that, you guys. If you're wanting to build to Diamond, you're just going to have to accept, or wanting to do this business at all, without being a Debbie Downer, like there's no way to sugarcoat it. I'm just going to be realistic with you guys. If you sign up 10 people, maybe 1 or 2 of them will really be awesome. And probably 5 or so will end up going inactive or canceling, and the rest will just kind of hang around. So you always have to be signing, and obviously that's just a generalization, but you always have to be signing so many coaches that I think of it like I'm just padding out my business, and I'm ensuring that even if I had, like, I think I had 4 coach cancellation emails come in the last 2 days. Doesn't matter, because I've got enough in my business and in Cody's business where people can cancel and I'll be okay. So that's kind of my main tip with that. And I guess the ways that I really focused on sponsoring coaches in the beginning, yeah, it's a numbers game. Exactly like what Carolyn said. The more coaches you have, the more you're going to have that are red or inactive. I'm sure if you were to look in like a top 10 coaches downline, they would have like thousands of inactive coaches. And that's just how this business goes. So I think part 1 is not getting butthurt about it. If you have 1 coach quit, like I'm probably pretty bad about this. I know some of you guys have like complained to me about it, and I'm kind of like, oh, well, like you should see my whole downline is red, basically. Like not really, but a lot of it is. So you have to just keep signing. So that's part 1. And then having that, part 1 is having that mindset of like not getting upset if somebody quits, just realizing it's the reality of this business. If it was for everybody, then everybody would do this. And then part 2 is just signing a crap ton of coaches every month. And I find it easier. I used to set my with like, when you need to go Emerald over again. So like sign 2 coaches a week, or even 2 coaches every other week. So you're signing 1 new coach a week. But for me, I'm going to tell you guys straight up, I was signing like 8 or 10 coaches a month for a while there. Way more than I sign now. So I know for at least a 6-month stretch, it was like 5 to 10, no matter what, every month. So I think it is, yeah, it's a numbers game, and the more you can sign, the better. Carissa asked something. Something specific you say. Well, it depends if they're signing up as, if they're signing up as a business builder coach and we're talking about the business, I've always had an easy time talking to people about that because I was never a challenger. I signed up as a coach from day one, and I was more excited about the business side of this than I was the fitness side. And I know a lot of the girls on my team, same boat. So if that was how you came into this, then you should have a pretty easy time talking to other people about the business. If you're talking to them about the discount, I don't say that at all. It's like a one sentence thing. Right as I'm about to send them the link, it's in the scripts. All I say is like, okay, I just need to know which way you want to sign up. Do you want to sign up as a regular customer or a discount member? I don't say coach. I say it's the same price either way initially, but you're going to save money down the road. And I started saying you're going to save the price of a couple bottles of wine every month. And that gets people. So no, I never say coach. I don't make it a big thing. I'm very casual, and I always play dumb. I'm like, oh my God, I almost forgot to ask you, do you want a discount or not? And that's pretty much how I approach it. And nobody ever says no. So if they do, I'm like, okay, cool, pay more. But yeah, you're welcome. I think that was about everything, but I was just going to say, like, to have this mindset, that means you need to be, if you are looking at your invites and you're realizing that you are inviting 90% of the time to challenge groups, but you're trying to build a business, or you're posting 90% of the time about fitness and you're never talking about the business, like, you got to post and invite for what you want. So if you're trying to build a team, you've got to post about the business side of this. You got to talk about team calls. You got to talk about Success Club trips, Super Saturday, just day-to-day life. Most of my posts used to just be me sitting in the hallway at school, working my business from my phone and talking about how I was fitting it in, that kind of thing. Or like literally all of my posts used to be like a shot of my laptop on my lap with like my notes around me getting my work done. I mentioned the coach fee sometimes. I don't always. Sometimes I'll say, I'll send them the little graphic, and that has that in there. There's a graphic, if you Google Shakeology discount, there's a bunch of good graphics that break down and show them that, like, even with the coach fee, they're still going to save like $20 a month. So yeah, sometimes I'll real casually be like, just so you're not surprised, I just play it off super casual. If you make it a big deal and it's a big scary thing in your head, they're going to pick up on that. But I just am like, oh yeah, by the way, so you're not surprised, LOL, there's a $15 a month fee. Even with that, what I said still applies. You're still going to save money, because they will. I lost my train of thought. I had something I was going to wrap up with. But yeah, so basically posting about it, inviting to the business, because like Christy said, you can totally build to diamond just from discount coaches, but it's best to have a blend. Being really engaged in sneak peeks and coach events, like you can't just hide in the back. You got to be really proactive and be talking in sneak peeks, be on the blitzes, all that stuff. And yeah, I think that was really it. Somebody, yeah, Natalie, that's okay. Yeah, smart. Yeah, I mentioned it very casually, but I don't know. I really never have anybody say no to that. So it's in the script, so I know for everybody's team. I'm pretty sure it's in the script. All right.
Okay, well, that'll lead great into what Lauren is going to cover. So if you want to go. I sound like I'm in a tunnel. I don't know if I like this.
You don't on here. But yeah, so one of the other really, really important things, if you want to grow your business and you want to have a successful business, is going to be your mindset, and you need to make a decision that you are going to hit diamond. And that doesn't mean you need to know all of the ins and outs of hitting diamond, or maybe this is like one of your first calls or your first call, or you just signed up 2 hours ago or whatever it is. And you're like, I don't even know what anybody is talking about right now. But if you make a decision that you're going to hit diamond, that's step one here. I know when I first started coaching, Carolyn had posted something in the team page saying that she was looking to help 5 people hit diamond, and I sent her a message immediately saying, I don't even know what diamond is, but yes, I want to do this. I'm like, I know I'm brand new and I have no idea what's going on, but sign me up. I want to do it. And then I hit diamond in like, 3.5 months or something. And that was, I had no clue what was going on when I made that decision. But I decided that was something I wanted. I decided that just like Emmy, I did come into this not as a challenger, but I came into this wanting to work the business right off the bat. So for me, I decided, okay, it seems like diamond is something I need to do if I'm serious about this business. So, okay, step one, I need to have it in my brain that I'm going to hit it. And you need to understand that you can learn everything you need to learn to get to that point. But you need to make the decision, like, you're going to do it. You can't be like, well, that sounds like, I don't know, like Carolyn said earlier, don't be intimidated by the leadership aspect of it, or like the fact that you have to now invite more people, like Emmy was talking about, or the fact that now you have to run these like killer challenge groups, like Christy was talking about. You can learn how to do all of that. You're fully capable of learning all of it, and you're going to learn it along the way if you're plugged into your training and you're talking to your coach. And if you message your upline coach and you say, hey, I have no idea what's going on, but I'm going to be a diamond coach, you are going to get the help that you need. And that's exactly what I did. And Carolyn helped me and held my hand every single day as I was just like, I don't know what's going on. And she walked me through every single thing. And that's how I learned to be a leader of my own team. That's how I learned like how to recruit awesome coaches. That's how I learned how to run better challenge groups. Like everything came in that process. So don't feel like you need to learn it all first and read all the guidelines behind the scenes and everything else. And like, I'm very much that type of person who needs to know what's going on. But this is a situation, like I promise you, you are going to learn as you go. You just need to decide that you are going to do whatever it takes to hit diamond, if that's what you want in your business. So adopting that whatever it takes mindset, and then trusting your coach, because your coach knows how to get there. That's why we're here. That's why we're here to help you. Or maybe if your coach is new too, your upline diamond coach knows how to get there. So you can be talking to whoever it is. If you're not my personally sponsored coach, but maybe you're a coach of my coach, like Judy is not my personally sponsored coach. I'm calling you out, Judy. But we've been talking about how to advance her business. So we're all here. We're all part of a team. There's always going to be someone who is here and available to help you. So never feel like you can't reach out. Let your coach know, like, this is what you want. And if your coach is maybe only an emerald coach, you guys can do it together, but you can talk to your upline diamond or star diamond coach about it. But you need to adopt that mindset of whatever it takes, because your coach is going to tell you you're going to have to do things. And if you're not willing to get uncomfortable a little bit in the process, you're never going to get to diamond. So your coach is going to say, start inviting 5 to 10 people a day, 5 to 10 new people a day if you want to hit diamond quickly. And you have to just be willing to trust the process and trust what your coach is telling you, because we've all been through it. We've all been through the fear of this business too. Like there's still things that are like scary for us too, but you get over the fear of invites or starting new conversations or, running your challenge groups or being a leader. You get over all of that because you learn. And as you become more capable and competent, you become more confident in your business. So I'm just gonna, if I keep going, I'll rant too. So did you have anything else, Carolyn, you wanted to talk on?
No, that was great. I know that we do have another diamond down here that may want to add to it. You know who you are. I unmuted you. Go ahead.
Me.
Silly.
Okay.
Yes, you.
I guess like for me, I know that Christy mentioned a lot about turning coaches or challengers into coaches, and I think that like from the start that was kind of my mindset, and like my goal for it was, and this is also something I need to work on, was I wasn't exactly sure how to, I guess, present the coaching opportunity because I was so new at it. So I focused a lot at the beginning on like really building my customer base and getting challengers that like love my challenge groups. Like my challenge groups have 30 people in them because from June until now, like they still want to do it. So
one of like my goals is to, give people like 2 to 3 months of like loving the products, loving the challenge groups, and then invite them to a sneak peek and then get them involved. So I know it's like definitely a building opportunity, but also like don't get discouraged when it takes 2 or 3 months to, get a good coach. Like I had a call with Carolyn and Brittany, my coach, about this and, feeling like I need to sign up more coaches. But in the past like 2-3 weeks, I've noticed that like I have so many committed challengers that I think if I'm able to present it the right way, I can turn at least like 10 of them into good coaches if they're willing to like do the work and see what goes into the business. And like the sneak peeks and all of like the blitzes and those things, like those are things you should add your challengers to, because I've had people say like, no, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. And then I'm like, well, maybe you should just like watch a sneak peek. And then they see like my challengers are so active, like they're acting as coaches in the groups for everyone in there. So it like doesn't make sense for them to not like try to do it and make money. And even based on like what Emmy said, I have like coaches go inactive all the time. And like even my diamond is kind of like struggling with that right now, but I'm not like super stressed about it because I know that if I continue to keep my challengers involved and kind of get the word out there, I'll be able to build it back easily. Because at first it was just like sign up coaches, but now that I can offer a discount to some people and really focus on the challengers that I think can help grow the business, I think that will really help as far as finding people that are committed, so you can kind of keep your diamonds steady if you have like 2 or 3 people on each leg that are actually willing to work the business. And then you'll always have those people that are going to go inactive. And to be honest with you, like Thursday, I may even be an emerald right now because I had a couple people that dropped or delayed their shakes, but now I know that I have potential people that can, get me back there quickly, so I'm not concerned about it. But I definitely do need to start inviting to coaching more. So if anyone has advice on that, I think like I've always done just challengers to coaches, and I haven't had successes with simply like signing someone as a coach and like wanting to coach right away. And I don't know if it's like me not presenting it the right way or what it is. I think I've just like been able to build my own business so well, and I need to find a way to duplicate that for my coaches as well. And even in the past like 2 weeks, Kelly, I think she's on this call, even Kelly, like she stepped out of her comfort zone. She's never gone live before. She's did the sneak peek today, like was nervous, excited, and like she's ready to commit. She made a comment in the video that I didn't even know was a thing. She's like, yeah, I want to at some point do this full time. And I've never heard her say that. So like just her commitment in the past like 2 weeks has been huge. And Sarah, my other coach, she's not on this call, but she texted me while I was on vacation and was like, I can't wait for you to come home because I'm ready to dive into this. So I'm like more confident now that I have at least 2 coaches that, are, want to be on these calls, want to do it. And with that, it's a way to build. So I think if you can get, as a starter coach, like 2 to 3 people, like seriously committed, you have them to rely on, your team together. And I think that really has helped me. Sarah's been around with me since the beginning. Kelly was someone that I begged to do a clean week, like begged her. And she told me no multiple times. And then finally she did it. And then she wanted to coach right away. So I think just always like remembering to keep following up with people. And even like the last 4 or 5 people that I've signed up as challengers, there are people that said no to me starting in June, and I've asked them every single month, and like they're finally ready. So I felt really annoying at first, to be honest with you, and like it was really hard for me to get over the fact that like people might think I'm annoying. But if you do your personal development and keep thinking about the things that really matter, which are helping people, and that's what you're trying to do, you're not annoying them, because at some point they may thank you. So I think just to remember that it is important to obviously not be like an annoying pest, but also like let them know that you're there for them and that you're willing to help. So even go back to old customers, and like I went back to I think like 10 or 15 customers from June and July and offered like anything from the 80-day obsession, and I got my 6 Success Club points from no new people. So my goal, I guess, now is just to dive into my current challengers, try to build coaches, and really help my coaches like understand what Emerald is, understand how to get to Diamond. So just keep pushing. Like I have so many red people on my downline, and it's really, really like discouraging at times, but this call helped me to realize that it's okay and it happens, and you can still be a Diamond coach and have 10 people going active in a week. So I guess just keep pushing, and everyone can get there if you try hard.
Thanks.
I want to touch on that because when I first went diamond, I was diamond for 6 weeks. And then because I built it with discount coaches and they weren't actively working coaches, I did drop rank, and I dropped rank for like 6 months. I got back to emerald so that we could hit elite last year. Like, I dropped rank for a really long time because I built it strictly with discount coaches. So while that's not a bad thing to build with discount coaches, you don't want to stop building, like Emmy said, once you get there, because you will drop, I promise. And it's a sucky feeling, and it's a lot of work to get back to where you were. So if you just constantly keep going and don't stop, you won't run into that issue. And I've been diamond since. So like, you just have to keep going.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
on that, like, when I hit diamond, I had two, like my right and left emeralds were emeralds of discount coaches, period. Like, that's it. And like, how that even happened, I'm not sure. But I was just like every day, like, oh my God, I hope she doesn't delay her shakes. I hope she doesn't delay her shakes, or I hope she does this. And like, now that I'm realizing, okay, like, it just takes a little bit of time for people to find working coaches. I don't need to stress because it's not a race. Like, it's a marathon, like you've said before, Carolyn. So I think if you just like invest in the right people, like, it'll eventually happen.
Yeah, and to touch on that, as you were talking, I think it'd be great to share with everyone on this call what I shared with you on that call so that they kind of know what you're talking about. But basically, I was explaining to her that I was a coach for 6 months, and I have one coach from my entire 6 months of being a coach that's still signed up as a coach. And then from there, it took me another 3 months to find my first rock star. And then from there, it took me another 4 months to find the next one. And from there, it was like another 6 or 7 months to find the next one. And these next ones that I'm saying are the biggest leaders on our team right now. They're the top leaders on our team. I didn't sign them all up in the same month. Hell, that'd be amazing if I did. But they all signed up with several months in between them. And just know that every coach you sign up is not going to be your top leader, and you have to be okay with that. But it's not to say like to discredit people, like, oh, you're going to be a sucky coach, so I'm not going to help you. But understand that you can't expect every single coach on your team to perform at the level that you want them to perform at. And you have to know that you have to meet people where they're at, and you have to run with some people and walk with some people and jog with some people. And knowing that, it's okay if you don't sign up 20 rockstar coaches in a month. You really only need 5 strong leaders on your team to see significant growth in your business, to be honest with you. Depending on where they're placed has a big part in that, but you really do need to have at least 5 amazing people on your team that are working and showing up. It's great if you have more than that, and I can say personally I do have more than 5, and that's an amazing thing because our team is amazing. But it's really something that you don't want to beat yourself up about, like, oh my God, like I only signed up 2 coaches this month. Well, if one of those 2 is your next rock star, that's worth it. Like, it's better to sign up 2 coaches and one of them being your rock star than sign up 15 and none of them do anything. So just keep that in mind. And also, I like that you mentioned the events, and I do want to say, Kelly, you did amazing today, and I tagged a couple people on your video that kept telling me they had no time. So thank you for doing that today. You did awesome. But yeah, doing those events and participating in those events, and I apologize if I'm talking really loud because I can't really tell how loud I'm talking. But participating in those events and doing things like that, being in the Blitz, being in the sneak peek, hosting different things, going live on your page, because doing those things are going to allow you to show people like, hey, we're a part of this team, and you get to help out with these kind of things. And if you're adding them to groups and they don't see you, then it's not as valuable as if you add them and they do see your face. So I like that you touched on that, and just wanted you guys to know, like, yeah, you're not going to turn around tomorrow and sign up 50 rock stars, although you may have the energy and excitement now to go and do that. Just being realistic with it does take time. It is a marathon. It's not a sprint. So you could hit diamond really fast, understand that, your top leaders are not all going to come in the same month. they're not all going to come in the same day. They're definitely going to have spaces between them. And that's okay because it does give you more time to, you know, work and develop that leader and then move on and help the other one too. So with that, I don't know if anyone else has anything else to share, but I think that was an amazing call.
Can I just tack on one thing super quick to that?
Go ahead.
Because I don't want anybody getting the wrong idea that I was like signing 10 coaches a month and they're all still around. In fact, out of my original coaches that got me to Diamond, I have one remaining, and that's my mom. So just, again, back to the whole point that you have to continue to bring in new people, because if I'd stopped, I would have a team of 1 right now. So
I was going to say the same thing. I think I
Yeah.
have 2. One's my husband and one's a good friend.
And my mom goes inactive sometimes, so.
Oh, Mom. No, I was kidding. All right. Well, I think that about covers it. Thanks for everyone for hopping on the call. I am going to post in the team page. I want to know your team cycle. So Wednesday, I want you guys to go in and look at your volume and post your left leg volume and your right leg volume so we can figure out what your cycle is going to be as an emerald, what your cycle is going to be as a diamond, or what your cycle would be if you're only a coach and you're not going to get a cycle this week, to encourage you to get to emerald and get to diamond to get that money that you should be earning. Also, I want to know, those of you after this call, if you want to be a diamond coach and that is something that is on your goal board for the year or the next, or actually let's just look at this quarter right now. We've got 3 months. We just started. Let's set 90-day goals. If you are looking to be a diamond coach, I want you to reach out to your personally sponsor, like your sponsor, your coach. Tell them, I want to be a diamond. Give them a date that you want to hit it by, and then you're going to work with your coach and make it happen. All right? Sound like a plan? All right, I expect to get lots of messages after this call. I'm just kidding. I'm not kidding either. Normally I'm kidding, but I'm not this time. But all right, so that sounds about good. Like we covered everything. Am I missing anything? No? All righty then. Well, you guys have a great night and go out there and message your coaches. All right, bye.
Good night.
Night.
Good night.